Must watch secrets for brain health. Brain health, dementia, and Alzheimer's disease. The brain is arguably the most important organ in the human body. Brain health matters no matter your age. The choices you make today can help you have a healthier brain tomorrow. Lifestyle has a profound impact on brain health. Your food, exercise, sleep, social activities, etc., decide your brain health. As you grow older, your brain is exposed to more harmful stress due to lifestyle and environmental factors, resulting in a process called oxidation, which damages the brain cells. Besides, hypertension, diabetes, obesity, depression, trauma, high cholesterol, smoking, etc., increases the risk of dementia. Now let's have a look at the following statistics. As we grow older, it is essential that we get ourselves tested for Alzheimer's disease. 90% of dementia and Alzheimer's disease can be prevented by modifying our diet. Alzheimer's patients should start eating anti-Alzheimer's diet. Our diet should consist of less carbohydrates and more fiber so that glucose is slowly released into the bloodstream and the brain is not shocked. Foods that boost brain health and keeps dementia and Alzheimer's disease away. Foods rich in antioxidants protect the brain from harmful effects of oxidation in the brain. Mediterranean style diet rich in fish, green leafy vegetables, olives, and nuts help maintain brain health and may reduce the risk of Alzheimer's disease. Taking omega 3 improves cognition. Fish is a great source of omega 3, the type of fatty acid your body can't produce. At least twice a week, eat 5 ounces omega 3 rich fishes like mackerel, sardines, tuna, etc. Vegans can eat walnuts, chia seeds, flax seeds, etc. Eat plenty of green colored leafy vegetables like spinach, kale, etc. They are great sources of polyphenols, which are antioxidants that help to fight free radicals. Blueberries, raspberries, blackberries contain antioxidants like anthocyanin, catechin, quercetin, etc., that reduce inflammation, increase plasticity of the brain, and combats oxidative stress and slows aging. They also improve communication between brain cells and help form new connections between brain cells. Dark chocolate contains flavonoids which are strong antioxidants. They improve blood flow to the brain, reduce inflammation, increases serotonin and dopamine in the brain, encourages neuron and blood vessel growth in the brain, and reduces the risk of stroke. Include herbs and spices like turmeric, cinnamon, and ginger in your diet. As they are rich in antioxidants, they decrease the harmful inflammation in the brain. Organic coffee improves memory and potentially decreases the risk of dementia. Having 3 to 5 cups of organic black coffee a day reduces the risk of dementia by 65%. Avoid conventional dairy and sugar. Too much coffee is not advisable as it can interfere with sleep and can also cause constipation. Note: coffee is to be avoided by people with autoimmune diseases like rheumatoid arthritis, irritable bowel syndrome (IBS), inflammatory bowel disease (IBD), etc. For sweeteners, replace white sugar with stevia, organic sugarcane jaggery, which should not contain glyphosate, which is an herbicide chemical, organic palm jaggery, organic honey, organic coconut sugar, etc. Black and green teas contain brain boosting antioxidants. Steep in your teas for long duration to reap maximum benefits. Moderate amount of red wine is recommended without alcohol. Red wine, skin of red grapes, etc. contain resveratrol, which is a powerful antioxidant and may protect you against cell damage associated with aging. You can even opt for red grape juice instead. All should be organic without any chemicals. Nuts and seeds are rich sources of vitamin E, which protects cells from oxidative stress due to free radicals. It helps in slowing the aging process, improves cognition, reduces the risk of Alzheimer's disease. So, include sunflower seeds, almonds, walnuts, hazelnuts, etc. in your diet. Add common mushrooms as well as medicinal ones like shiitake, turkey tail, etc. in fresh or dried form. They reduce inflammation in the blood vessels, especially the brain. Avocados are great sources of unsaturated fats. It reduces blood pressure and thus reduces the risk of cognitive decline. Other sources of healthful unsaturated fats include almonds, cashews, peanuts if you are not allergic, walnuts, Brazil nuts, fishes, flax seeds, chia seeds, etc. Organic berries, beans, legumes, pasteurized chicken, organic poultry, and low mercury fishes like sardines, mackerel, etc. to boost brain health. Our diet should consist of less carbohydrates and more fiber so that glucose is slowly released into the bloodstream and the brain is not shocked. Eat plenty of fruits and vegetables to reduce the risk of Alzheimer's disease. Eat kale, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, bok choy, cabbage, cauliflower, turnips, etc. This contains a compound named glucosinolates. When the body breaks these down, they produce isothiocyanates, which reduces oxidative stress and reduces the risk of neurodegenerative diseases. Get plenty of vitamin C from spinach, citrus fruits, amla, etc. Vitamin B12 is not available from plant sources. Get it from meat, poultry, eggs, etc. in balance or in moderation. Plant based food is far superior compared to animal based diet to keep dementia and Alzheimer's disease at bay and to improve your brain health. Foods to limit and avoid. Completely avoid white sugar and foods which contain white sugar. Not even a little bit should be consumed as white sugar is a neurotoxin. Decrease the consumption of animal products. Increase in the consumption of meat, eggs, high fat dairy products, etc. increases the risk of Alzheimer's disease. Individuals who ate plenty of poultry and fish had 50% higher risk of Alzheimer's disease. Have black coffee. You can add coconut milk or camel milk. Do not add sugar and cow's milk to coffee. If you have brain fog, try this simple step. Stop having sugar altogether for 5 weeks. You can feel for yourself that your brain fog vanishes, you can think clearly, memory improves, thus your risk of dementia is reduced. Too much meat affects blood pressure, causes glucose dysregulation, causes constipation, and increases inflammation. This reduces the critical structure of the brain, leading to dementia. Supplementation for brain health. Vitamins D, B, B12, etc. play an important role in brain health. As we age, we need to test for the levels of these vitamins in the body. Aging causes poor absorption of vitamin B12 from food and may probably lead to Alzheimer's disease. Also, low levels of vitamin D leads to cognitive decline. You may boost the levels of these vitamins by taking supplements under the guidance of a doctor or if you have the knowledge about what is the balance. Low levels of zinc and too much copper can lead to cognitive decline. The ratio of copper to zinc should be in balance for optimum mental health. You may also consider supplementing with alpha lipoic acid, manganese, and lithium orotate. Vitamin C helps in removing excess copper, which causes oxidative damage. Folate, B vitamins, and fiber helps to reduce homocysteine levels and overall health. Homocysteine is a common amino acid found in meats. High homocysteine leads to early development of heart disease. Exercise for brain health. Aerobic exercises help improve cognition and boosts brain health. Endurance exercises like running, swimming, biking, etc. can foster new brain cell growth and preserve existing brain cells. Strength training exercises like lifting weights or using resistant band not only builds muscle and strengthens bones but also boosts brain power, improves mood, enhances concentration and increases decision making skills. Overall, exercise improves blood flow to the brain, stimulates chemical changes in the brain, boosts learning, mood, memory, and thinking. People who exercise regularly have a lower risk of developing Alzheimer's disease. Sleep energizes you, improves your mood, and improves your immune system, and reduces the buildup of an abnormal protein called beta amyloid plaque in the brain, which is associated with Alzheimer's disease. Minimum 7 to 8 hours of sleep is recommended for a healthy brain. Also, practicing meditation and managing stress may help ward off age related decline in brain health. So, stay positive and be happy. Facts about body and brain. Our brain is 2 to 3% of our body weight, but it consumes 25% of body's energy as it requires more supply of blood and oxygen for its efficient functioning. For efficient functioning of the cells, especially neurons, a steady flow of glucose is necessary. But excess glucose and abnormal metabolism of glucose is a problem. As we age, the insulin receptors in the brain doesn't work properly. Excess glucose causes inflammation in the blood vessels, damaging the connection leading to brain fog, cognitive impairment, destruction of critical areas of the brain, hippocampus, and areas of the brain responsible for memory and judgment. Glucose itself is not a problem, but rapid release of glucose is certainly a matter of concern. The food we eat should be such that glucose is released slowly and steadily into the bloodstream so that the body uses it in an appropriate manner and at the same time the receptors are not shocked. The standard American diet SAD or the Western pattern diet WPD includes high intake of red meat, processed meat, pre-packaged foods, butter, corn, high fructose corn syrup, high sugar, high fat dairy products, eggs, refined grains, potatoes, etc. These foods rapidly release glucose into the bloodstream, leading to inflammation and brain damage. Also, consuming higher amounts of saturated fats and meat over a 6-year period leads to higher risk of developing Alzheimer's disease compared to people who ate fats derived from plants. Friends, thank you for watching my video. Hope the information provided was useful to you. I have shared the links to quite a few tried and tested healthcare products online. You can purchase those products through the link I have provided in the description box below. Hope to meet you soon with a new video on health. Till then, live, love, learn and laugh.